Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for every two teams here today. It's the Bills going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to rain-soaked Miami, Florida. Today, we get the season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. Led out by their rookie quarterback. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
So second and 10 here. On play action, they'll throw. And this one is incomplete. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
Yeah, you have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Surveying the field. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do?
Rocky.
Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
And now out come the Bills. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Fresh set of downs here. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense. Still first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is a guy that needs no introduction to the league. He has been around quite a while.
And it's good that they have him because when he looks around his huddle, he may not have guys with the same experience he has, maybe some of the youngsters, and his veteran leadership should help them along the way.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Time running out here on the play clock. From the shotgun, he'll look. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain of 21 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get it to your back. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him. Getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. For 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
On the give, this is their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
And many use the running game like boxers do. Body blow after body blow after body blow. You may not get what you want early, but those add up, and by the 4th quarter, you could break a big one.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
The Bills' offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play. He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Back to throw here. Finding time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Usually the big fella's a blocker, a lead back, but he gets the ball on first down. What a surprise for everyone. And as a former safety, if he breaks into the secondary and you see him coming, you just know that's a whole lot of man you've got to deal with now.
He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Nice job there defensively to clamp. They've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Hey, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. It's a 3-point game here early. And we'll be back to South Florida after this. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, nice move. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
So often you hear about teams trying to avoid the middle when they're working against a true 3-4 defense because the nose is so hard to move. Which side do you block him to? How do you get him out of the middle? Well, some teams will double team. Some teams have a good center that can move a guy. But if you can control him, that takes away whatever the rest of the force guys are trying to do to you, because once they get to the play, you usually overwhelm them with your own blockers, and that creates some space.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd and goal now from the 8. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage loss. They're going to look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Their big tight end. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Well, that worked out perfectly. The holder took the ball and found his man wide open for a pass and a score on a fake field goal. I love that play.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And it's a fumble. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense. A penalty is declined.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Taken in at the 22. Look at this spin.
Balance.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Let's put our attention here now on the Dolphins' defense. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Now the first two series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky. Preach. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Friend, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
Out of the gun now on third down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Now, check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Let's go.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll set up a throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
He's got time in the pocket, and that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Taking it about the 36. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Uses the stiff arm, and he'll go down at the 28. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The Bills send the punter out, standing right around the midfield stripe. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Here's the Bills defense now as they head out to defend here. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink. Any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Brief break in the action here. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Bills getting set to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
False start, offense. Still first down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Touchdown, Miami. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Point after here coming up. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Bills. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Still first down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second down now after the sack. He'll drop to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is... Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now they're in the hurry-up. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando. And with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Dolphins are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Bills just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. 4th and goal, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Bills go up by 4. Bills have it late in the second. Staying late in the half, the connection will be made from the gun. He ends up picking up a yard before heading out of bounds. So that'll do it from here. Let's go back down to Miami with Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And now a carry here for their fullback. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. The play clock's running down, and they give this time to the tailback. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Play clock winding down. He gets it away. It's a high hanger. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. 2nd down following the run. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing it to the fullback, right? As we evolved, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down. I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you heard about my hands, huh?
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Finding time. And that will be incomplete as well.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Let's take it inside his own 40. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
Green 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down, 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And he fields it cleanly. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. When you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A strong running. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. Now a handoff here to his running back. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
They come up in an offset eye. They run the counter now on 1st down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from 6 yards away. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green.
They'll try and throw for it. Dancing to his left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw. What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
They'll look to throw again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. On now is the big leg of Greg Zuerlein. He has hit from as far as 61 away in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, when a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited, because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock, because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
No, check. Patriot. All right, here we go. 3-19.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
3-19.
Now back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. caught right side. Davis. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Second down, 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yardage.
Okay.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Looking to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And it is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference on the defense. Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Back to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so it's getting late in this one. Now, you could argue that they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but they still face a pretty uphill battle.
Yeah, even with the field goal here, it's going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns now to get back in it. And that's going to be a tall order against this defense.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A chance for us now to look at this Bills defense again. And with a deficit here, they gave up the field goal last time, but with this deficit, Charles, how important is a stop on this drive?
Extremely. And you know that they heard it on the sideline. You know they heard it going out onto the field, and they're telling it to each other. No more points given up. We've got a chance to still get into this game.
As a defensive guy, you kind of like that challenge? You don't want to be down, but do you like that challenge?
You don't want to be in that position, and you wish you had taken the challenge a little bit earlier, but now this is it. It has to happen at this point.
A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
3rd down and 8 now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They come out here in the eye. And on the ground they go with a running back. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Pass interference, defense.
And after a nice gain, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted. And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
False start, offense.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And here is motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
A long way to go here for the offense on 3rd down after the penalty. 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Pass interference, defense.
So pass interference, partner with all the rule changes. It is hard to be a defender in the pass game.
Brandon, is tough in college. It's a lot harder in the NFL. You can't touch him after 5 yards downfield. You can't touch him while the ball's not in the air. You can't touch him at all until the ball is at the receiver's hands. Very difficult to be a defender in today's NFL.
And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Again, he'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert, then get that onside kick. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play.
Strong left, strong left. You got nothing. You got nothing. All right, here we go.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Blue 90.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense. Still third down.
Watch the pass.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this third down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Miami, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.